Cool. So, what's your name and age?
So I'm Henry McIntosh and I'm 27 years old.
What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I spend a lot of time with friends. So going out, I'm big into sports, so play a lot of football, watch football. Then also time with family, time with my girlfriend. A lot of time is spent socialising, so down the pub, going out, that sort of thing.
How often do you watch film?
I probably watch film once a fortnight, so but it varies, so it depends on the time of year. So in the colder months like now, I'm probably watching a film once a week because we're inside all the time, not a lot to do. But yeah, in summer probably less so.
How much time do you spend with partners?
Partners as in my
As in your
girlfriend?
girlfriend, yes.
Yeah. Quite a lot of time, to be honest, because I live with her. So, and what's kind of evolved is that her friends are also my friends, and vice versa. So, we spend a lot of time socialising together. Then, obviously, living together. Fortunately, we don't work together, which is probably a saving grace. But yeah.
What do you look for on a first date?
It's been a while. But I'm probably looking at someone who shares the same values, so and probably has some similarities to me in terms of what they enjoy. In terms of values, are they a nice person? You know, do they hold a good conversation? Are they intelligent? You know, obviously. You want them to be good looking as well, so that's probably the first thing you see. But I'm not that shallow, so hopefully the other stuff also plays a big part. So yeah, kind of a sort of variation of factors come into play.
How much time do you spend with your family?
I see my family quite a lot. Obviously live in the same town, so my mum's
obvious to us.
Obvious to us. Not to the camera, apologies. Yeah, so we live in the same town, so my mum's frighteningly close. She's probably, a 10-minute walk away, which is probably not far enough, but I've made my bed there. So spend quite a lot of time with family. My sister lives in the same town. She lives in Henley as well, so I see a lot of her and her husband. And her husband works in sort of similar areas to me, so we spend a lot of time together there. My other sister, interestingly, has just moved back to the area from Bristol, so I'm seeing a fair bit of her as well. So yeah, spend quite a lot of time with family.
What are the small moments that make your family feel like a family?
That's a good question. I think it tends to be, you feel like a kind of collective, like family, when you're sort of sat around the dinner table, like eating a good meal. My dad's a fantastic cook, so we come together quite a lot over food. They're the times you really feel like a family, and it makes it feel like home when you're sat around the table, just chatting, relaxed environment, and also, I guess, yeah, when you go out together, you spend time together, but generally with my family it tends to revolve around food. Food or fitness, they're the two things that kind of bring my family together, make it feel like home.
What kind of films do you watch?
Watch all sorts of films, so it depends what mood I'm in, really. So if it's been a tough day, I might go for the humour, I might go for the comedies. I've got quite silly taste, so I love films like The Hangover and stuff like that, just easy to watch, things like The Inbetweeners, stuff like that. So comedies, I absolutely love. Also like a bit of action. I love, it's delving into TV, but Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, that sort of thing, more fantasy, sort of along the action lines as well. So it tends to be a blend of films. Ones I'm not into, like horror films and stuff like that. I don't see the point of sat there to be scared. I'm there to be entertained.
Where do you watch films?
Predominantly just at home. So I go to the cinema a fair bit, but probably not as much as I used to. It tends to be, just at home.
What do you spend your money on?
Oof. What do I spend my money on?
Not just the disposable income part, but all income.
Absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Well, I've just had my car MOT'd and it had bad brake discs, so I had to buy new brake discs for that. So a lot of stuff that comes out are like boring stuff, like rent, the mortgage takes up a lot of it. Just buying the weekly shop. The majority of my money goes on sort of boring domestic stuff. Then what else do I spend my money on? Things like gym membership. Also, I spend a lot of money socialising. So me and my friends going to the pub, going out, doing things with them, going away with my girlfriend on holiday. I'll spend a fair bit of money on too. New clothes, stuff like that. So although it doesn't look like it to anyone watching. A massive sort of variety of things, but the vast majority of it's just the boring stuff, really.
What have you started spending money on since you turned 25?
So I bought a flat, so it started to be sort of spending money on the mortgage, things for the flat. So, you have to buy all the boring stuff like the furniture and stuff to go in the flat. So that sort of thing is stuff I'd have never dreamt of spending my money on before I was 25. Then also kind of much more independent things. So, I have my own car now. Things like that. Obviously, you have to pay monthly for that. Make sure to keep it up and stuff like that. So, the boring stuff comes in after 25, I think.
What have you stopped spending your money on since you turned 25?
I'd like to say alcohol, but I probably haven't. I probably spend less on going out clubbing. So before I was 25, I was into going out, going to nightclubs, things like that. That slowed down a lot. So you're more likely to find me in a pub now, wasting my money. I also probably spend more money on things like sport. So probably getting the latest kit and stuff like that. I'm a lot less bothered about that now. So nowadays I'm happy just to, make do with what I've got. So I'm probably a bit more frugal in my old age.
Thank you very much.
Cool.